What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, former world champion, British superstar boxer, middleweight title contender, Chris Eubank Jr. shows a good act of faith as Chris Eubanks Jr., his scheduled rival showdown with his father's Chris Eubanks Sr., retired Hall of Fame, iconic, legendary British superstar boxer, Chris Eubanks Sr., biggest rival in Nigel Benn, retired Hall of Fame, iconic British superstar boxer, his son, Conor Benn, welterweight superstar British title contender, okay? So, Chris Eubanks Jr. was supposed to face off against Conor Benn, son of legend Nigel Benn. So they were supposed to revitalize the rivalry between the two. As we know, Chris Eubanks Sr. and Nigel Benn fought twice. One fight ended in a draw. The other fight saw Chris Eubanks Jr. win via knockout, right? And so with that said, this was a big rivalry for the two guys, right? To have their sons face off against each other. And Conor Benn tested positive for a banned substance as he was moving up. It was going to be at a catchweight, okay? A catchweight at 157. Chris Eubanks currently fights at 160. He's a middleweight title contender, okay? Chris Eubanks Jr. is 32 wins, 2 losses, no draw, 23 wins by way of knockout. He's 33 years of age, 5'11" with a 73.5-inch arm reach, okay? Again, he was supposed to face off against Conor Benn. Now, Conor Benn is, you know, a welterweight title contender. He's a British superstar, largely in due part to obviously his father being the superstar that he is. But Conor Benn, you know, is a title contender at the welterweight division. He's never fought for a world title, nor has he ever won a world title. 21 wins, no losses, no draws. 14 wins by way of knockout. 26 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach, right? So tomorrow marked the date that they were supposed to fight and revisit that old rivalry. But Conor Benn, he tested positive for a banned substance. That saw the fight get canceled, right? Now, he was moving up 10 pounds from 147 to 157. Chris Eubanks Jr. was moving down 3 pounds from 160 to 157, right? Catchweight fight. And again, Conor Benn tested positive for a banned substance. So we know the rest is history, right? But there's fans out there that were big fans of, huge fans of Conor Benn, right? And a few fans, they have tattoos of Conor Benn. And so a few fans put up on social media how disappointed they was that they have these tattoos of Conor Benn, and they realized that essentially, allegedly, he's been cheating, right? And so that kind of ruins it. You know, they always say you should never meet your heroes, okay? And in this case, it's not a case of meeting their heroes, but he was revealed, okay? His true self was revealed, okay? And now the fact that people was backing him and supporting him and being fans of him, and one guy said that he was his hero, right? And he's so disappointed and so deflated after this. Well, Chris Eubanks Jr., in a good show of faith, decided that one of the gentlemen that put up a post and said that this tattoo can't be removed because he's simply not that well off and he can't afford the laser removal surgery. So in a good show of faith, Chris Eubanks Jr. lets these gentlemen know to get in contact with his team and let him know so he can take care of it. He'll gladly help them remove it, right? Now, obviously, Chris Eubanks Jr., and he also put up a post showing that as soon as he got back to his hotel room yesterday, after the fight was officially canceled, that oddly enough, lo and behold, Vada and Yukad is in his room waiting to test him for a banned substance. So he let it be known he'll gladly take it. Clean athlete for as long as he's been a professional, 33 years of age, and he can't wait to volunteer to take the test. And we know Conor Benn, the substance that was reported in his body is a substance that's for fertility, for people that struggle with fertility. Okay, it's mainly for women, but men can also take it, and it's used in different ways. Some people view it and say that it's a way to be able to clean up a cycle, right? It's used as a cleanser, but it also boosts your testosterone, so it's definitely a performance enhancer, right? And many people feel like he's getting off of a cycle, and so he's saying that obviously it was for his family. He just recently had a child, and that he was having issues with his fertility, and that he had to take it. But the problem with this is, if that's the case, okay, let's say that to be the case, you should inform everybody and let it be known before you even sign a contract for a fight. 2 months normally out from a fight, let them know, listen, in the build up to this fight, okay, in the wait before this fight, in order for me to reproduce with my significant other and to build on my family, I had to indulge in this particular substance that helps me be more fertile, okay, and it helps increase the percentage and the chances that I can reproduce, and that me and my wife can reproduce. In this case, for him, because he's a male, right? So him and his wife to reproduce, right? And inform everybody. It's in your system. And being a professional athlete at the highest level, before you proceed to take any kind of substance, I don't care if it's over the counter, you should ask and consult with a physician and a professional before you do it, and ask them, listen, there's a possibility that I can test positive for being, so I'm a professional athlete, I get tested. Any little thing can show up. There's things in foods and substances and that you don't even think about that's in there, right? But it's in there, okay? And so with that said, you should inform and ask and you should inquire about what's actually going on, because you don't want to accidentally take anything, because you can accidentally take something. But when you're taking something of this magnitude and it's going to help boost your testosterone, and testosterone booster is a performance enhancer, well, then you should immediately call your physician, call your nutritionist, and keep receipts. Well, I called this physician, he told me that it's okay. Keep your receipts so that you can show proof. Listen, I reached out to this physician, he told me that it was okay. He told me that it was clean to take, and that I wouldn't have any, reactions that's going to negatively affect my tests. That's what he should have did, but he didn't do that, right? Instead, he's standing pat that he's just simply a clean athlete, and that he was trying to enhance his family and grow his family and reproduce, and then they saying that this was also found out in August, and that they don't understand why now that there's such a fuss, and that UKAD, United Kingdom Anti-Doping Agency, hasn't found anything in the system, but VADA, Voluntary Anti-Doping Agency, they found traces of this substance in the system, and they raised the concerns and awareness to the Boxing Commission, the British Board Boxing Commission, the BBC, and they decided that they didn't want to have no involvement in it, so they would not sanction the fight, because they don't want to be involved in that. They don't want to be held accountable if something happens. So they decided not to sanction it, to the point where Matchroom CEO Eddie Hearn stated that he would seek out to have a replacement commission that would approve the fight, because UKAD didn't find any adverse tracings. The safety of the athletes is no longer a concern. It's no longer a priority. And if anybody acts like it's a priority, they're simply not being honest and realistic. Because the fact is, the concern of the athletes, the health of the athletes is not important. Point blank and period. So Chris Eubanks obviously is not happy. It's a massive payday. It's a massive legacy fight. It's a big name fight. It's the biggest fight of his career. He's clearly not happy. And so, he's showing an act of good faith, and he's going to pay for these former fans of Conor Benn that have branded themselves forever Conor Benn fans, to have their brands removed, laser removed. This is expensive to have. It's expensive to get the tattoo, but it's triple expensive to have it laser removed. And so now Chris Eubanks is going to put his good money where his mouth is, and he's going to elect to help some of the fans have these tattoos removed, which is epic. But let's see. Eddie Hearn said they're looking to proceed with the fight in February. That is just postponed. Let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.